Get ready for some out-of-this-world revelations. As humanity gears up to make Mars our new next-door neighbor, we're not just talking about a potential future home, but also a possible past or present one. Yes, you heard that right, life on Mars might be more than just science fiction. Let's dive into the mind-blowing theories and discoveries from top scientists that are pushing the boundaries of what we think we know about our neighboring planet. Buckle up as we explore the most jaw-dropping clues pointing to the existence of Martian residents. But remember, in 2021, one thing remains clear: no conclusive proof yet exists, though decades of Mars research have given us some seriously intriguing leads. Get ready for this. Scientists aren't saying Mars has no life. They're just saying it hasn't been found yet. And honestly, who would have thought that Mars could be so shockingly habitable? It's mind-blowing. But what does habitable really mean in this context? For a planet to be considered habitable, it doesn't necessarily mean there's life, but rather that the conditions are right for life as we know it to exist. And trust us, Mars is looking pretty promising on that front. Buckle up, space fans. Mars might just become our next home sweet home, and it's closer than you think. We're talking within this decade. Now, let's talk gravity, a crucial factor in colonizing a new world. Mars' gravity is about 38% of Earth's, which may sound weak, but trust us, it's strong enough for humans to adapt and thrive without long-term health risks. Imagine the relief, and here's the cherry on top. Beneath its surface, Mars has a treasure trove of water, more than enough to quench any human settlement's thirst. Now, the big question is, can we drink it? While that remains to be seen, the odds are high that Martian groundwater will be quite similar to our own precious Earth groundwater. And finally, let's talk energy. With an abundance of sunlight, Mars could run entirely on solar power, making our new home a sustainable haven. Imagine stepping foot on a planet teeming with potential, its atmosphere safeguarding against harsh solar radiation and cosmic rays. Enter Mars, our closest bet for an inhabited world outside of Earth. With the right combo of sunlight, water, geological diversity, and more, this red planet could have once been home to life forms long before human eyes set sight on it. While there's no current consensus on past Martian residents, the possibility is undeniably alluring, making the search for evidence a thrilling quest that might just uncover our next cosmic chapter. Humanity as Mars' first settlers and pioneers of a new world. Here's the rewritten paragraph, and the stage was set for life on Mars. Similar conditions existed just like here on Earth, where life kicked off in a flash within a few 100 million years. However, it seems that all this potential went up in smoke quite literally. Scientists speculate that as Mars' atmosphere thinned out, it might have triggered a massive extinction event, wiping the planet clean of its living inhabitants. But here's the thing, we just can't say for sure until we start excavating and unearthing Mars to uncover any fossils or signs of life that may be hiding beneath the surface. What if, instead of being extinct, life on Mars simply took a different route? Could it have adapted by burrowing underground where water resources were abundant, protecting itself from the harsh Martian environment above? The search for answers is on. But here's the real question: can we actually start building our Martian base camp soon? The Perseverance rover has already set foot on the red planet, and its sample collection mission is a massive leap towards understanding Mars' secrets. Once those samples are safely back on Earth, scientists will be digging deep to analyze them for any signs of past or present life. But before we can even think about sending humans to dig up Martian dirt ourselves, we need to get our robots to do the heavy lifting, literally. Get ready for a space conspiracy theory that'll blow your mind. What if microorganisms hitched a ride from Earth all the way to Mars on one of our historic space missions? Scientists are skeptical because they say it's incredibly unlikely any life form could endure such harsh conditions. But maybe we've been underestimating Mother Nature. Here's the wild twist. Suppose the spacecraft weren't thoroughly cleaned before landing on Mars and tiny microbes somehow snuck onto the red planet's surface. Although it sounds far-fetched with no samples collected or sent back to Earth for analysis, we might never know for sure if this interplanetary contamination actually happened. Get ready to blow your mind. The first living things to set foot on Mars might not be astronauts after all. Now, don't think humans have zero chance of being the pioneers. We're still talking slim chances here. Space travel can be a real deal breaker for any organism, and those spacecraft are so thoroughly cleaned before blasting off that it's like they're freshly sanitized hospital rooms. Plus, there's just not enough room on board for any unwanted hitchhikers to start growing their own Martian colonies. But, as we've discussed earlier in this video, the real question is, did life ever exist on Mars? The evidence pointing to a possibly life-filled past on our neighboring planet is seriously compelling. Buckle up, space fans. We've got some out-of-this-world news for you. Literally. You might remember us discussing the possibility of past life on Mars, But what if I told you we might already have our first clue? It was a shocking moment in 1996 when NASA scientists gathered at their HQ in Washington, D.C. to unveil a piece of Martian history that would change everything: a 4.5 billion-year-old rock straight from the red planet. Get ready for a cosmic mystery that's out of this world. At first glance, this rock might not look like much, but trust us, its story is astronomical. Literally. Scientists discovered evidence of life on it, leaving everyone wondering, how did this tiny piece of extraterrestrial history end up on our planet? It all started when a massive asteroid smashed into Mars millions of years ago, blasting the rock into space. For millions of years, it floated in orbit until finally, about 13,000 years ago, it crash-landed in Antarctica. Fast forward to 1984, geologists stumbled upon this mysterious rock and knew they had to hand it over to NASA's team for a deeper dive. Little did they know, their find would rewrite the book on Earth's hidden connections to our neighboring planets. Buckle up, space fans. NASA scientists made a groundbreaking discovery when they analyzed a Martian rock. It's like they cracked open a cosmic time capsule. The rock had a mind-blowing chemical signature, loaded with minerals and carbon compounds that can only be created by tiny life forms here on Earth. But wait, there's more. They even found magnetic carbon iron oxide, a signature of some seriously cool bacteria back home. When David McKay zoomed in on the rock under a microscope, he stumbled upon an astonishing resemblance to bacteria we see right here on our planet. His declaration: these might just be fossilized signs of Martian life. While it's not a definitive proof of past life on Mars, this incredible find is one giant leap towards answering humanity's eternal question: are we alone in the universe? So the scientific community was divided back in the day. Some top experts thought these findings weren't enough proof, but they were still a huge clue about possible Martian life. Today, ongoing space missions are uncovering even more about our red planet neighbor, and soon we'll have clear answers. But here's the thing, not even the brightest brains can say for sure if life on Mars exists or not. So let's all just stay curious and see which theory will turn out to be the game changer. It's your turn to keep the conversation going. If you're loving what we've shared so far, hit that thumbs up button, join our community by subscribing, and stay tuned for more epic content coming right at you.